Did you know that the hardest job we'll ever have, the hardest work we'll ever have to do, is the work on ourselves? Now, you have to be willing. And I want to make something clear. I'm not anti job, right? I have a job. I'm a full time employee. I work full time. I actually love my job. I appreciate what I do for a living. Working in sales, type of sale that I get to do every day, works right alongside my strengths, my personality, just who I am as an individual. So I'm thankful for my employment. This is not an anti employment message. In fact, if you are financially literate or you can gain some financial literacy, you can make that paycheck work for you even more than it does at the moment. So appreciate everything. Don't take it for granted. And I'm not. But I am going to double down on what I just said. Hardest job we'll ever have. The hardest work we'll ever have to do is the work on ourselves. Now I'm learning something. I'm learning that the more I focus on working on myself, the more difficult and challenging that path becomes. I wrote about this the other day in my journal. I woke up, had a really, it was a bad dream, I guess is what you would call it. I mean, I don't know what else to say. It was terrible. It involved someone that I knew really well. And it was just one of those outlandish things where when I thought about it, like that would never happen, but it happened in my dream. And I've said this before, our minds, what I've learned about the mind is that the mind will accept whatever you put into it, real or imagined. So of course I'm thinking about this all day. Really had an impact on my mind, my thinking, how intense that was. And I started thinking it's probably because I'm at a point right now in my journey where I'm starting to get to the inner work. I'm starting to work on the things deep within, those things that are going to require me to put my ego and my pride aside. Now, these are dark places. These are places that most of us men, would rather leave untouched, unexplored. And I'll say this, that would be fine if they didn't have such an influence, such a direct impact on our daily lives. So I am mustering up the courage to be brave enough to continue this hard work. And it's not comfortable. It's not convenient. And it's not easy. And one of the reasons why I chose life coaching, two reasons. There's more than that, but I'm going to give you two. Number one, it's just always been who I am. I'm just that type of person. I've always been coaching people. I've always been helping people. I've always been giving people advice that's been thoughtful, that's been helpful, that's been meaningful. And that's a great reason. But the second reason is I'm doing the work on myself. I'm walking the walk. I'm not just here telling other men to do things that I've not been willing to do myself. Now, we're not all the same. We don't all have the same experiences, and we don't all respond in likeness, in kind to the same things in the same way. And of course, at the end of the day, I'm going to be human. I'm going to have my blind spots. I'm going to have the things that I'm just going to wrestle with until I'm no longer here. But men, the sooner we get started on this work, the sooner we begin to realize a better version of ourselves, a version of ourselves we may have never even imagined. And here's what I really like about this. As we begin to get rid of some things, put some things in their proper place, we begin to create space, we begin to create capacity for things that otherwise we would not have had room for in our lives. And I don't know about you, but that's exciting to me. It's something that keeps me going. Because I'm not just living this life for myself, I'm living this life for my children, and I'm living this life for other individuals in my circle who need to see it lived, who need to see it practiced, who need to see it worked out the way that I do it. And I'm going to bet that there's some people in your life, in your circle, who need to see the same from you.